here.
What's up, everybody? It's your favorite 2-for-1's favorite special, and today we are looking at the Unique Toys Brawl. I was very surprised that these two were released like simultaneously. That's pretty awesome. Definitely helps out with my impatience. This is once again sent to me from Titan One, or I paid for it from Titan One, but can't recommend that dude enough. Solid people over there, and his contact information is in the description. With that being said, as you can see, he holds both of his guns just fine. Let's talk about them a bit further. Both done identically. Identically? Is that right? Silver paint, silver paint, silver paint, brown, or this olive green paint. Looks really good. And then this piece flips down to reveal this connection, and the same for the other side. You can take your guns and plug them in to the back here. God, I hate some of the stuff about these toys, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. This one is better than the other one, but there's some real frustrating stuff about it. There. And then you can bring this back down, and you have your more traditional G1. And he comes with another combiner foot, which is identical to the one we just looked at recently. So let's talk about the figure. The head is on a ball peg, it looks like, but the ball peg sits on top of a hinge, so you do get some down, you do get some up, and you get the swivel. You got red paint on the mask as well as some silver details on the crest, and then you have orange light piping, which I think is an error, but that's what it is. And when I take it apart, I'm going to take it apart when I go to paint it. And let's see, for the chest, you have a little bit of red paint there, and that's it. So nothing spectacular. And then you have silver paint down here in the abdomen. You do get the waist swivel even with this attached, and this does come out on an armature, but we'll get there. I just wanted to see if there was like a pull disconnect thing that would allow you to get more of a waist swivel, but I think it's more than enough as it is. Shoulders, universals, but let's see. It's these weird ratchets once again. They're just inconsistent and they don't feel right. Like, I don't know. Very strange. So you get out to here and there and the swivel, and then you get a bicep swivel just above the elbow and a single hinged elbow to get you a little bit past 90 degrees. Detailing wise, you have this red paint here, you have this olive paint here, olive green on the tires. Wheels rather, and then you have this like gray paint on the forearm and this gunmetal gray paint on the forearm on both sides. Wrist swivel, hands are pretty much identical, where you have the fingers on a base pin knuckle and the index finger is individually articulated. Same for the other side. Now, for the pelvis, you have a little bit of silver paint in there, adds to a little bit, breaks it up. The thighs are the same type of like rubbery almost material, which is still strange to me. Universal joints get you the full Van Damme and almost the full Monty. Thigh swivel around the universal joint. You get an additional swivel below the knee, which I didn't talk about with Swindle, but you do get it. Red paint there, and knees are on a single hinge that gets you past 90 degrees, so no problems there. Silver paint on the treads as well. Silver paint here. Black paint, silver paint, looks good. Silver paint, the olive green paint, all of that looks good. Silver paint inside of there. The detailings where they did it, once again, are very sharp and very well applied. Toes, we have some gray paint, some gunmetal gray paint, all that stuff looks good. Articulation-wise, you get an ankle rocker. It's a faux rocker, but you do get it, and then you get a toe hinge, and that's it. So not the best there, but as we all know, tanks are a little bit more difficult to pull off. For the back, it cleans up fairly well. You do have this turret on the back, tons of silver paint accents all over the place, and then you have some olive green here and the silver barrel. So yeah, pretty good figure, but a very standard type of figure. Size comparison-wise, there they are next to each other, and I think it's pretty obvious that this set is going to look amazing in bot mode standing amongst one another. Let's try to transform them. Make sure the fists are palms up. Pull the head down. You can kind of collapse these arms so that they're tight around here. Open up the chest. Come on, girl. You can open up these side pieces here, flip this whole front section out. Why do I feel like there's... No, that's for the combined port. That's right. All right, and then you can rotate here on this armature until this lines up with that port there, and then collapse. Oh, I guess you got to do that first. Collapse this chest piece and then line it up. So same for the other side. Manipulate this armature, bring this chest piece around, and as you do, line it up with the top portion there. We're going to bring out this back piece by opening up this. This piece is all sorts of accordion in there. So bring this down, and then bring this down, and then this piece will come down. You can spread the legs a little bit, so to speak. And then this piece flips in, and that'll kind of lock into place. We're going to do the legs in 2 stages. So we're going to open up this whole, well, actually you can pull here, and then we're going to open this up around, close this toe piece in, and we'll free those up. Now, you want to spin this around like you did with Swindle, and this is eventually going to fold up similarly, but not quite the same. You break here. Come on. You break here. There. Right there. And plug in this part of the knee into this section here. Tolerances on these things, man. All right. Open up this, fold the toe in, fold this around, spin the foot around, break here, close this back, spin, no, spin here. And then this is going to rotate around. In the meantime, though, most importantly, you want to tab in to the back. There's one. There's the other-ish. Look how it's chewing up that plastic. That's an issue with these so far, is these little tolerances. All right, my camera battery's dying. I'll see if I can't figure this out. So, close this up. Make sure that this is nice and tight. Why isn't... There you go. All right, so now you just have these 2 tracks that need to come down. Make sure that the head is out of the way and that the toes are to the inside, pointed upwards. Bring them down, and you kind of got to push it so that you can get it here. Same for the other side. Push it in, so to speak. And then tuck the head in. And you got your tank. Extend the cannon. I'll get it cleaned up. We'll take a look at it. All right, and my battery's plugged in. So here it is, all armored up. And like, you know, I got a funny analogy to compare this to when I get to final thoughts. But it does look good. It does feel good, so to speak. The turret does turn. It also shifts forward and back. I'm not sure which the proper way to have it. But yeah, it's pretty cool. These they do, you know, aim up and whatnot. Size comparison wise, there it is with Tiger Tracks. So good MP size. I mean, it's a small tank, but you know, it kind of fits the motif anyway. You know what I mean? And the barrel extends like we showed, and like that's really it. It is relatively simple, I think, anyway, to get to combine mode, so we'll do that next. But yeah, it's a pretty good looking tank. Combine mode wise, it's pretty easy. Just spin this around, lift the turret up as far as you can. I feel like mine is stuck. Open up this flap, that's the combiner port for Onslaught. Down here on this end, you just peel back this tab here, and that slides on to your leg, and you're good to go. So, yeah, not bad. You know, Seems like it's going to work just fine. It's a little strange to me that it's just a slide-in port, but I mean, I guess with it, all the weight of this guy bearing down on it, it shouldn't have an issue. So yeah, there it is. No fuss, no muss. Final thoughts-wise, you know what this is? Here's the perfect analogy. It's giving birth. It's really painful to complete the task, but once you complete the task, what you see is so beautiful, it makes you forget about all the pain.
Just like it, huh, Bob?
Well, you know, how I would imagine it to be.
Unbelievable.
And that's really how it is. Like, my fingers are ate up. Like, the tolerances on these guys suck. Stuff doesn't move the way it's supposed to. And much like Swindle, also as a side note, the articulation, although you do get range, it does find itself becoming, you know, limited just because of like small things that you don't think about as you're like checking the boxes for your range. So it's not that it's bad. It's still a good figure. I still recommend it. It's just that good grief are these frustrating. It's like, and I can tell you that like this, where's the tab? Because I had a significant stress mark on Swindle. I got a significant stress mark on this guy too. It's worth showing. Let's find it. It's not on that one, so it must be on this one. Can you see that? Let's see if I can zoom in. See that one? So that's 2 for 2, significant stress marks. So yeah, it pretty much has, like, the pros and cons of these guys are pretty much the same on both. And the cons are that the tolerances are frustrating and the articulation is limited. And the pros are that it looks beautiful. So you can pretty much apply everything that I said to Swindle to this, except that this is to a lesser degree, and all of the pros are equally as good. So I hope that helps. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care.